All right, everybody, welcome back to Octoclean Media. Today we're going to be talking about floor care pads and how to choose the right pad for the right floor for the right service. So if you look at this, you can see that manufacturers have created a color coding system, so to speak, on the floor care pads. So you can look at a pad and be like, well, that should be this color. For this exercise we're doing here, they're all, besides one, my melamine pad, 3M floor care pads. So let's get into this. If you look, we also have two different types of machines we have back here. We have a high-speed 1500 burnisher, and we also have our 175 swing machine. Let's dive into burnishing pads. As you can see, I've separated these pads. So this side of my table here has my burnishing pads. A lot of people will grab a pad and be like, oh, this is really good. I'm going to use it for cleaning. That's not what they're designed for. There's actually chemicals put into these pads. There is other things put into these pads, as you can see. We used to call these hog's hair pads, but they're not hog's hair anymore. They're natural blend pads. So why do I have different types of pads? Why won't one pad just work for everything? It really depends on the floor, the traffic that's on that floor, and the floor finish that's placed on that floor. So again, you hear me say floor finish. These are designed for floors with floor finish, or as customers like, wax on the floor. That shiny stuff you see in the grocery store. So let's first talk about this light blue pad. Again, this is what they call a blue sky performance pad. These are for floors that they don't see a whole lot of traffic. You don't want to get too aggressive with it, but you do want the floor to maintain that shine. So this is your medium side, your medium on the aggressive scale, in the middle, right? The majority of us nightly cleaners are using these type of pads. This is a natural blend tan pad, and as you can see, and if you could feel this, this one's a lot softer than this one is. This one is a lot more aggressive. The hair in it actually lets the pad, when I put it on this machine, heat up higher and polish better. So if you have floors that have a traffic pattern that's really visible, you want to use this. Now, well, why wouldn't I want to use this on a floor that was, super shiny, but doesn't have much traffic? Because I just buy this one, right? Well, no. And I'll tell you why. As I burnish, what in essence I'm doing is think about sanding. I'm sanding and polishing off. So I'm taking a little bit of finish off and I'm making the finish underneath it shine. So I'm bringing it back to the shine. By using a 1500 or 2000 RPM machine, it actually heats it up a little bit. And that's the process. So if I already have a floor that looks pretty good, but just needs a little shine, I don't want to use this and take coats off. I would rather use something a lot less aggressive. The longevity of my floor, it'll help with that. So for super heavy traffic areas, or areas like they don't ever do anything to their floors, for that customer that always wants their floors looking perfect, calls you in every week to do it, light blue. Now, as you can see, I also have a super white polish pad, 3M. This one here is, if you think about it, it's a lot less aggressive than the other two. This could be for daily maintenance. Like every day you're going to burnish this floor. Or, I don't have a high-speed machine, but I do have this low-speed machine, and maybe I'll use that on this. So these pads, we really don't use them a lot here at Octoclean, but that is an option for you. So let's move on to cleaning. These two piles here are cleaning. The first thing I'm going to touch on is something kind of new to the market as far as flooring goes, but not new to us as consumers. So we all know the Mr. Clean Eraser. Get it wet and clean, and I can clean my walls without chemical. That's the same material this pad is. So on the top of this pad, it's in essence a Mr. Clean Eraser. On the bottom is what holds your Mr. Clean Eraser on. So this is going to go onto a 175 swing machine, an auto scrubber, and this will actually spin and clean the floor. Now, here's a trick. If this is not soaked with water, as you can imagine using a Mr. Clean Eraser, it's just going to rip itself apart. So before you use this to clean, you would need to soak it. Let's talk about what floors I would like to use this pad on. Well, I'm not going to use it on a floor with floor finish on it. That wouldn't probably be the best idea. But what I'm looking at is the new trend of LVT in all the buildings. That would work great. If you have a really dirty restroom, it would work great. So I'm looking at floors that do not have a coating on them. So that is your melamine pad, is what they like to call them. And again, these are 20-inch pads. All of them are the same, where the inside comes out. Again, daily cleaning. You could use this for cleaning a floor. Now let's talk about scrubbing and recoating, stripping and finishing, and overall maintenance. So this may be something where you're coming in and the customer's paid you to do a scrub and recoat, where you're scrubbing off a couple coats of floor finish and you're adding some more. So what pad choices do I have to do that? The majority of every one of us in this industry use this blue pad for scrubbing. Now, why do I want to use this and not, these other pads here? This is a less aggressive pad. So think of it as sandpaper when you're picking a pad. You want to use the least aggressive and then move up. You don't want to take the wood off. You want to take the coating off. And for us, if we're adding more coatings, I don't want to take every coating off, because then it's going to be inconsistent. This is your scrub pad. This can be put on an auto scrubber. This can be put on a 175 floor machine. This cannot be put on a high-speed burnisher. So if you look at that, this is our high-speed burnisher side, and this is our 175 swing machine side. If I put one of these on that and try to strip, you're going to have water, chemical everywhere. This is spinning at 1,500 RPMs a minute, and this is spinning at 175 RPMs a minute. Huge difference in speed, huge difference on where the water is going to go. Keep that in mind, and that's why we're broken up here at this table. So, in here, this is your scrub and recoat pad. It's going to take some coats off. If you have floor finish, it's going to do a good job. Let's say you have a dirty LVT floor, and you've been tasked to come in and scrub the floor. Well, obviously, you don't want to bring something that's going to scratch the floor. You want to bring something that's going to clean the floor. This is a good option for that. If you don't have this melamine option, this is your next option. So let's move on from our blue pad for scrub and recoating, and let's move to our red pad. And if you look at these say red buffer pads. But if you look at a lot of auto scrubbers in healthcare facilities, hospitals, they'll have this red pad underneath that machine scrubbing VCT that has floor finish on it, because this is basically like mopping a floor. Not very aggressive. If I'm going to come in and I'm actually going to be tasked with scrub and recoat, it's not really going to do the job, but this would do the job on an auto scrubber. This would do the job if I'm just going to lightly scrub a floor. So this would be more of a maintenance, like a daily maintenance pad, not a restorative maintenance, or someone's paying you to come in and do a scrub and recoat. So remember that. And again, white melamine, specialized, LVT, more expensive probably than any pad out here on this table. Blue, scrub and recoat, where you're taking off coats and adding coats, or you're cleaning a floor. You have a no finish floor, a concrete floor, something like that that you're cleaning. This would be a good choice for you. Red pad would be if you're in a daily maintenance. You're getting paid in a hospital to auto scrub a floor. This would be a great idea to put underneath that auto scrubber, where it won't be so aggressive that you could possibly ruin a floor or take finish off, just enough to keep it clean. That being said, let's move on to our most aggressive pads on this table. Let's start with our maroon surface prep pad. These can be used to dry strip floors, to strip a floor with very little chemical, so you're not putting stripper down. And another thing you'll notice with these is that they're very thin. Being that it's very thin, you will require a red pad to go over it when you're putting it on your floor machine like this. That's because if you look, not every floor is completely level. And this pad is so thin that it's going to need some sort of a buffer, right? Some sort of a shock absorber to get into the hills and valleys of your floor. This will keep your consistency of your cleaning perfect. And you won't have, well, there's a clean floor, there's a dirty floor. So the finish is clean, the finish is dirty. Keep that in mind. And that's all you need to know about your maroon pad or your dry strip pad, your surface prep pad. Next, we're going to go into stripping a floor. So when I'm stripping a floor, I'm taking all of the floor finish off. I'm using a chemical process and emulsifying the floor finish so it's holding in the water, and I'm scrubbing it off, aiding in that process. So what do I use for those? This is a black pad. So a black pad is designed to remove all of the finish on a floor. So with that, this pad is very stiff. These go on the 175 floor machines, not on the 1500 burnishers. So keep that in mind also. Just because it works faster, you're going to make a huge mess, and it's going to get floor finish everywhere. So very aggressive. You notice that it's not as thick. If you're having a floor that has a lot of hills and valleys, I also recommend, like we did with the surface prep pad, to add either a red or white pad underneath it to give it that buffer. And you'll see that that actually aids you in cleaning. So our next pad we're going to look at is the Hypro pad. So with a Hypro pad, if you can see, I can see you guys through the camera. So I would think, right, and probably a lot of people would think, wouldn't I want to use this? Isn't this going to scrub a lot better? Well, if you know anything about floor finish, it likes to gum up. So if I have floors that have 25 coats on them, and it's like, wow, the guy before me, and now I've got to strip it all off, this is going to gum that pad up a lot faster than this will. This has a tendency to rinse itself out. But again, they are very aggressive. So if I accidentally grab one of these and I put it onto a floor that I'm not trying to strip, I'm going to mar that floor, or I'm going to take off so many coats and now I have to strip it all down and start over again. That's a great thing to remember. And these are probably one of the most expensive pads here. They can be rinsed out. As you can see, they rinse out really, really well. But that's your pad. So again, this Hypro pad is the most aggressive pad that they make on the market. So let's summarize a little bit. Again, your natural blend, your blue and your white for high-speed burnishing. Anywhere up to 2200 RPMs, from 15 to 2200 RPMs. Your pads here in the middle are for cleaning. So your red, your blue, and your melamine, they're for cleaning floors. So whether it's a scrub and recoat or just general cleaning, that's what these ones are for. Then you go into your darker colored pads, your black pads, your maroon SPP pad, and these for actually removing finish, where you're going to remove finish and place them back on. So I want to thank you guys today. If you'd like to have more content on floor stripping, flooring, running machines, anything like that, let me know in the comments. And that way we can create content like this that keeps you guys coming back. And again, please like and subscribe. We'll see you again next time.